Alright guys, welcome back to the Luigi's Mansion 80% No Out of Bounds speedrun guide. So now that we finished Area 2, we are going to head to the very front of the mansion and we are going to access the outside area that we couldn't access before because we did not have the key that we got from Bogmire. And this is where Area 3 starts. Area 3 is one of my favorite areas. Yeah, Area 3 and 4 actually, hands down my favorite areas in the whole speedrun. But so we're gonna walk out here and we're gonna grab water from one of these guys. Now my vacuum isn't angled correctly, so it's not summoning a water element. So I walked up and grabbed it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk on this little like ledge thing and walk right off. We're not gonna get on the ladder. We're just gonna fall to the very bottom, and it's a lot faster, probably like 5 to 10 seconds. So now we're going to see that Mario's in a painting. It's gonna shoot us out, and then we're gonna see some dumb ceiling ghost guy that we actually need to get. So we're gonna turn around, hit him with the flashlight, get him, boom. He spawns a key in this room. Don't understand it, but you know. So then we're gonna head to the very top of the ladder because it's the only way out, and we're gonna head to the right. And something GC showed me is if you spray water in this area, this ghost will not scare you, or he just won't spawn. So then we're gonna hit this little birdhouse thing, grab a note from Mario, or a letter, walk all the way over here, and now here's a great thing about the any percent speedrun. We don't need this guy, we don't need this ghost, we just walk all the way over here, walk on the treadmill, and grab the key. So once you grab the key, we're gonna head out, and we're actually gonna do a skip here where we aim the water directly up at the ceiling to where the fire would be, and we're gonna shoot a water ball, and it's gonna hit the door and it's gonna put it out. And what we did there was we held in the L trigger just a little bit, just a tiny bit, and then push it in really quick, really fast, and it shoots a ball. So now we're gonna spawn this ghost, climb up the ceiling, and we're gonna grab him while we're up here. And that grabbing him while we're up here actually saves a lot of time, I found out. Gonna walk over here, grab this ghost, walk over here, and we're gonna position ourselves just in front of the chest. So now we have the third and final element, the ice element. Now you guys gonna talk to us, blah blah blah. We don't care. We just wanna get this boo. Now a tech skip is possible here, but it's actually takes some time to set up, and you actually lose time. So what I like to do is I like to grab the ice first, and most of the times, in my opinion, the ghost is always in the ice bucket. So the boo's going to be in this chair. And now the boo in this room, in my opinion, is one of the worst boos to get in the game. And thank God he did not leave the room. This boo can get away with 0 health quite a bit because of the tablecloth. If you are sucking at the tablecloth and not the boo, even at 0 health, he's going to be like, nah, that's cool. Something GC also showed me is if you just spray ice all the way down this hallway, we're good. We're good to go. So we're going to go up here, enter this room. We're going to vacuum back this curtain, and we're going to instantly shoot ice, and it's going to spawn Petunia. And I highly recommend using the C-stick for this ghost as well. She's really fast, and she drags you around quite a bit. And you want to kind of get control. But once you start sucking her up, you want to move yourself over to where the chest will be, and it'll be over here. Grab the key. So now we're going to take this key, and we're going to go directly to the room across from this one. And now the thing we're going to do is we're going to knock these yarn balls things off this table. And what we actually want to do is we want to grab the yellow yarn first, as they will travel the farthest, while the blue one stays around Nana quite consistently. Actually, I think it hovers around here. So we shoot the yarn, and you want to position yourself right on this, like, I have no idea what that thing is. But you want to try and grab Nana. She's also tricky. I use C-stick for her as well. And usually you want to position yourself there because sometimes the boo can be there. So I'm lucky to have the boo all the way over in this table, so it isn't too far. And usually the boo can be on the complete opposite side of the room, and by the time you get there, he trolls you and he goes all the way over to that little circle thing, whatever that is. So grab the boo, and we're gonna grab this key. Once the key, you know, comes out. I hate when that happens. Like sometimes if you hit it too fast after like completing an animation, you'll just hump the chest instead. So we're going to come out here, and we're actually going to grab fire from this candle right here. This second candle. We need fire to complete the next room coming up. And this room is the biggest troll room for any boo. So what we're going to do is we're going to light these candles, and as you can see, I screw up. I'm like, oh crap. We're gonna light these candles on fire. And actually, you want to like face to the right. You actually, if you're facing another direction, Luigi will face the wrong way, and the ghost will actually spawn differently. The orange ghost will spawn in a different location on the Shy Guy side. So we're going to come over and set ourselves up for a double. And we're going to do this again over here. We're going to walk in the center room, walk in a circle, grab this mask off the green Shy Guy, and boom, we got both. And now this double is the easiest double to get in this room. We're going to spawn in here, and we're actually going to grab the grappler ghost first. I accidentally get grabbed, and I'm like, oh crap, you're not supposed to get grabbed. So now those guys, they're just going to stick together no matter what, once like you go for the grappler ghost, and boom, easy double. I screwed this room up just a tiny bit. So now this room, I usually grab the Boo first just because I hate being trolled. So he could be in anything in this room, and it just sucks because your Boo radar is not helpful. So now this Boo can also end a run. If he somehow gets out of your grasp, like if you're too close or you're too far away during the Boo pumps, he can actually go into a room that just ends the run because he's like too far to get. So now we're gonna come in here, and this is also, it can be a run killer. Early on, you'll probably miss Moonshot a lot, but there's now a setup for Moonshot. What we do is there's actually a little V in between Luigi's arm, and you'll see. I'll point it out in a second what your arm should look like. So you're gonna come in here, and we're gonna grab a little Moonshot thing, and right about there, you see that tiny V? Like, and I'm starting to second guess myself. Right there, there was a little V there. If you want, go back, pause the video, see what the angle should be, and it sets you up for a perfect shot every time. Excuse me. So now something I like to do on this ghost, or not ghost, I'm sorry, this item, is I like to use the vacuum and drag it as far across the room as possible. It's actually faster to drag it with your vacuum as far as you can. But once it starts hitting the walls, then of course you're starting to lose time. So once it hits a wall once, I usually stop. But yeah, right there, I'm like, alright, hit a wall. I usually try to drag it back as far as I can. I like it, it's all stylish, it's all swag-like. So now, we're going to head out here. We're going to head back to the first floor. And we're going to do a pretty far walk. And we're going to head to, in my opinion, one of the worst rooms in the game. Like, Area 2, or I mean, Area 3 has some of the worst rooms in the game. Hands down, without a doubt. We're going to walk to the projector room. Now, the projector room is so trolly because it's also filled with invisible grapplers, and the doubles and triples are actually kind of hard to get. So, we're going to walk over here. Now, you want to walk to the side of the projector. You can't hit it head on. You have to hit the table. You're going to spin in this room, spawn this guy, right? And boop. Grab him, spin in the circle again. And you always want to have your flashlight off because, in my opinion, I think it spawns ghosts faster. Like, if you have a flashlight shining in the area, they won't spawn, of course. And now this double, you want to position yourself just a little bit to get this double. The double isn't the hard part. The triple, which is coming up, is the biggest pain in the ass. What you want to do is you want to stand directly in the center room, spawn all three of them. Stand here for a couple seconds, right? Grab him, or get grabbed, I mean, and set yourself up for a triple. This will take some time to get used to. Pain in my ass. I hate this triple. I kid you not, it took me about 30 minutes to get this triple, or to get this room perfect. I hated it. This was the worst part of the guide to record. I hated it. Preference, you probably should grab the item first, then the Boo, but I prefer grabbing the Boo and then the item, just in case for some dumb reason the Boo somehow escapes. So now we're gonna grab, is it the glove? Yeah, we're gonna grab Mario's glove, and we're gonna exit out of this room and mirror warp all the way back to the start of the mansion. And now we're gonna grab some of the Boos that we could have grabbed in Area 1, but it's actually faster to grab them now because we're gonna be walking through the hallway now. So I'm gonna save here just because I was like, alright, I don't want to ever have to deal with the projector room ever again. We're done. I even stopped the recording there for a second just so, like, now I know where I could start editing from. And we're gonna walk into this room, and usually the Boo is in this table or chair, and I get trolled here. I'm like, oh, so he's not there. So I go over to this bottle in the chest. Excuse me, I just burped there for a second. I'm like, where the hell is he? And then I realize I'm getting trolled by the Boo radar, and I'm like, oh, he's over in the chair. He's normally never in the chair, or usually the chair rocks when I gotta get the table too. So I was just being dumb there, or being stupid. So we grab this ghost. We're gonna walk out of the room, and now we're gonna go into a room that we could not enter before, and I think we got it from the Key and Nana's room. Yes, we got it from the Key and Nana's room. Walk in here, spin this thing around. It's actually really hard to do. I use the C stick and the control stick. Like, I'm walking in a circle while using the C stick in a circle to get these twins to spawn. Now mash A and B as fast as you can, select the first option. Now you're gonna play hide and seek. Things that make this speedrun great. As a kid, you did not know, if you used a vacuum on these boxes, they'll shake if there's a ghost in there, or if one of the twins is in there. So as you can see, the green box isn't shaking, but I think the top right, right here, he's shaking. So now, like, the second I shake it, I instantly pull my vacuum out, just so it's always shaking and vacuum. And you want to get this purple ghost guy first, because he's always pursuing you on the ground, and he's a big pain in the ass. So you want to grab him. It's possible to get these guys in a double, but it's really hard to do, and there is a guaranteed setup, but it actually uses time. So you want to grab this guy, and then you want to grab this red guy. I should really know these ghost names, but I don't. You want to always keep these guys against a wall or corner. And this room actually is a pain in the ass with the pearls. Like, as you see, I'm just grabbing them. Like, no, I don't want to risk this ghost, like, getting out of the room. And actually, I think I still get trolled. I think. No, I think, yeah, this is a perfect one cycle. So I grab this boo, and I'm going to head out. Well, first I'm going to grab, I think the last item that's left is Mario's shoe. I think that's the last item. Yep. Mario's shoe, that is the last of the Mario items we need. And now we're going to head out, and we're going to head to Chauncey's room. And Chauncey's room, for some reason you're running low on health, there's a heart right in this chest. So now I just got trolled. I have no idea where it is. I'm assuming he's in the crib. No, I think he's in the painting or the portrait. No, he's not there. He's in the table. The boo radar just like screwed me over a bit. He's in the chair, table, whatever, same thing at that point because they're both together. So I got trolled there. Even though I'm standing next to it, the boo radar wasn't going crazy from what I saw. Now we're going to head to Lydia's room. And we're actually going to set ourselves up for a tech skip. This is the easier tech skip to get, as no matter what, you're going to get it. What we're going to do is we're going to pull the bed sheet off just a little bit to about there. And now the boo trolled me, and I think he's in here. Yep. We're going to start grabbing the ghost, right? So once I start dragging him, I position myself to grab the sheet. We mirror work very back to the beginning. And remember the one room with that crystal ball right next to the fire room? We're going to head there. That is Madame Fourchon or Cleopatra. I don't know her name. I call her Madame Fourchon. I don't know why. She is hands down the most boring portrait ghost in the whole game, because all you gotta do after you get all Mario's pieces, you just mash A and B, and it's just so boring. Once you walk in this room, you actually just stand still and leave your flashlight on for about a couple seconds till you start hearing it get to like the third or fourth point, like the audio thing where it's shining, and then you walk over here and just mash A and B. So I'll be back once we get to the last mashing part so I can explain how Madame Fourchon works. Okay, so now we're about to get to the very end of her mashing. And the way Madame Fourchon works is you don't put the control stick in the opposite direction or the C stick in the opposite. Nah, just pull her in the corner and just spin that C stick in a complete circle. Only Portrait Ghost that does it like that. I don't understand. I had problems with her. GC explained that to me and I'm like, why? Why is that a thing? So I'm grabbing all of these pearls because this boo can actually troll you a bit with the pearls. So, yeah, not fun. I like to grab the boo first, then the key, or depending on where the pearls are. Like, if the pearls are all the way on, like, the left side of the room, then I won't worry about it. But if they're, like, all over the room, then it's like, alright, I gotta grab the boo first. I gotta grab the pearls first. So now we're gonna head up the hallway, and I'm dissolving here just because I went back to go save. And it was just the easiest way I could cut it. But we're going to head all the way back upstairs. But we're going to head back to the ice room. And we're going to grab the ice. Okay? And the reason why we need the ice is for the safari room. As it'll help us get some element skips. And we just need it to beat the room in general. So, we're going to head all the way back up. And now we're going to head up to a floor above. And now, actually, I'm going to have my friend GC Forever 4001 explain how the safari room works. Just because I've been talking so much the past couple days that I kind of need a break. So I'm going to pass it off to him right now.
What's up, guys? My name is GC Forever 4001, and I'll be explaining this safari room to you. You're going to see he's going to spray ice here on the ghost spawns before they spawn to attempt to skip the animations of freezing these ghosts. And then once this middle ghost spawns here, he's going to skip the animation and then drag it to the right, push the banana ghost into setting up a double. This is the most optimal strat for the room, and then he'll be grabbing this last banana ghost to complete the safari room. It's one of the more complex rooms of the mansion in my opinion, just because it requires very unique placement. He's going to check the boxes for the boo because that's a very common place for the boo to be. Unfortunately it wasn't in there, but it's not there, then it's going to be in the chair on the right side of the room. Once he's done with that, he's going to be grabbing the key, which is going to unlock the door for Bulossus. And Bulossus is going to be explained by an awesome commentator named Javo. And here he comes.
And now it's time for Bulossus. This is the Area 3 boss and contains 15 boos, which add to your boo counter at the bottom of the screen. There is a strat where you can shoot eyes to the boos chasing you, getting most or even all of them in seconds. We're going to see two different scenarios in here and what can you do depending on what happens. First of all, you want to go to the right side and go around the ice statue. Bulossus is going to automatically bounce from the wall going directly to the statue, separating into the 15 boos. Don't forget to get the ice meanwhile this happens. Now, we move to the left side pressing slightly both L and R buttons facing to the right where the boos are chasing you. Meanwhile, we search for the perfect angle to shoot the ice. Your vacuum needs to be pointed to the front and take the yellow button on Luigi overalls to position the height. When you touch the left statue, wait a second, release the R button and click the L button completely to shoot the ice. Walk to the front to get all the boos that you can and try to ice the other ones. You can still get a one cycle even if you didn't ice them all at first. Also, keep in mind that in the first cycle all the boos are numb, so you can still chase and get them. If you don't get all of the boos, then you want to use your vacuum to pull Bulossus to the statue, so he can split again to the remaining boos. In the second cycle you want to press again L and R slightly facing away from the boos. In this cycle the boos are more intelligent, so they fly away if you use the ice, so if you are not facing away from them, they are just going to be flying around you, making you lose some time. When you see that a boo is aiming to attack you, release the R button and move back so the boo can fly where the ice is coming out from the vacuum. And now we're gonna see a one cycle Bulossus. Check again the angle of the vacuum, referencing where to shoot the ice ball. There are two things that can go wrong in this battle even if you do nothing incorrect. First of all, the ice spirit from the right side can be out of bounds in the dark void outside the balcony. In this case, the one cycle is pretty much gone because you need to run to the left side to get the ice, and in 2 seconds you need to fix your angle to get it perfect and shoot, which is pretty much impossible. The second thing is that when the boos are chasing you, there could be one or even two boos that get stuck in the back of the right statue. So you will think that you are getting a one cycle, meanwhile you're chasing the last boo on the screen, but suddenly you see how Velocus is forming again, and can see how the boo is flying all the way from the right side of your screen. Another thing is that you can catch all the boos on the screen, but the battle does not finishes, which means that there's still one boo all the way to the other side. So you need to slowly walk and get it. These things have a chance of less than 10% and can make you lose between 15 and 45 seconds, sometimes even more. Again, this can even happen if you do nothing wrong. And that is the Velocus fight, the end of Area 3.
I'd like to thank GC and Javo for helping me out on this episode of the Luigi's Mansion 80% Guide. I'm going to leave their Twitch channels in the description down below. Feel free to give those guys a follow. They're both really, really talented, really good at the game. And alright guys, I'll see you in the next episode on the last episode, Area 4. And hopefully you guys can get speedrunning soon.